Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Leonardo Leite, just to let you know that we'll be live in approximately 1 or 2 minutes. Hang on in there. I'll be right with you. And by the way, if you can hear me well, just let me know you can hear me well before we get started, all right? Just type in the chat box if you can hear me well. All right. I like jazz. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to one more live lesson here on VIP English Club by Mauro Vergara. You already know, I am Leonardo Leite, and I hope you can hear me well. Let me stop the music here. Stopping the music. Let's get out of here. And let's see if you can all see me well and hear me well. Yes? Good. Because this live lesson, my dear friend, is broadcast to you straight from the beautiful, gigantic, and busy city of Sao Paulo. That's exactly where I am, and I've been here all week. Yes, I was supposed to go back to my hometown a couple days ago, but I had to stay here longer. So, right here I am with you from Sao Paulo. Is there anybody there from Sao Paulo? If you're from Sao Paulo, say hi, okay? Hello, Ana Luisa Alckmin. How are you doing today? My only concern at this moment is that you can hear me well with this microphone here. Can you hear me well? Yes. Ana Alckmin said that you can all hear me well. Good. I'm glad. I'm glad. Yep. Let's see the chat box here. Hello, 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 hello. Yes, we can hear you. You see, hello, Leite. We are in the same town, my dear. Ha ha. Let's get together. Let's have some coffee. What do you think? Okay, good. Well, too bad I'm gonna heading back to Belo tonight. So I'll be in Belo tomorrow, but next week, I don't know. I'll be here. I can be here. I can be in Chile. I can be in New York City. I don't know. All right. Yeah, Emerson. Hi. No, Emerson, I brought the sun. I got here last Thursday. When I got here, my friend, before I got here last week, it was like this. I don't know if you can see the window here, but it was terrible. And I brought the sun. During the weekend, it was nice, warm, sunny, and very hot and very nice. Okay? So that wasn't my fault. Ibanez in São Paulo too. That's great, guys. I'll be coming down here. I'll be coming to São Paulo more often now. Okay? So if you guys want to invite me for some coffee, go ahead. I'll be glad to meet you. Anyway, good. So let's get going to our live lesson. And of course, that I always try to do something different and always bring something different to the live lessons. And what I'm going to do today with you, the kind of training that we're going to have, I think we had it before. We've had it before. Okay? But today it's going to be, I don't know, but it's going to be more efficient, I guess. And in this lesson, again, you are going to practice your listening. You'll be listening to me, talking to you. And also, very importantly, that you open your mouth when I ask you to. Okay? It is very important. Listening is the most important thing. Okay? If you listen and understand, listen, that is very, very important. And that is probably the most important part of your training is the listening. But you've got to practice your speaking. If you don't practice your speaking, your English is always going to be broken because you haven't practiced yet. Although you're going to be able to understand everything that people tell you, everything that people say, everything that you hear on television, in the streets, on the telephone, that is even more important. But of course, you've got to practice. And you've got to practice speed on your responses. You've got to practice, and that is muscle training. All right? That's muscle training. You listen and respond, listen and respond, listen and respond. Ask questions, ask questions, ask questions. Asking questions is very important, right? So in this, today's lesson, we're going to practice a lot of listening and respond. And in the end, I'm going to give you a different activity, so stay tuned, don't go away, and let's get started. All right? Good. Oh, lots of people. I didn't see the chat here. Lots of people from São Paulo, Goiânia, Santos, and it is raining in this area. Yes, it is raining here. Okay? Good. So, before we get started, let me show you the... Let me tell you a little bit. Let me give you the context of this magic story. It's called To Settle or Not to Settle. And you know what? I put Mr. Right here, but the first thing that we are going to learn is the verb to settle. Okay? Is the verb to settle. To settle or not to settle. Well, the verb settle has different meanings. Okay? Different meanings. One of the meanings, for example, of settling, very, very commonly used, we're not going to use in the story here, but to settle is, for example, to settle a deal, to settle a bill, or to settle an account. Okay? To settle an invoice. Now, let me give you straightforward, okay? To settle a deal, to settle an account is fechar, acertar, encerrar. So, for example, when you are in a hotel, like I am right now, as soon as, before I check out, I need to settle the account. I need to settle the bill, okay? This is to pay, and that's it. If you have a deal, negócio, settle the deal. Settle the deal. Also, settle can be accept. All right? Accept. If you are in a business transaction and you accept the offer, you settle on that offer. But here in our story, you're going to see a person who's worried about settling or not settling with a partner, with a love partner, in a relationship with a man or a woman. So today's Dear Abby's story is about a woman who is tired of dating. She's tired of meeting different people, meeting new people, and never working it out. Okay? And she wants to have a relationship, but she seems, kind of confused, and she seems not to find her Mr. Right. And that's what we're going to talk about, her Mr. Right. So just remember, to settle or not to settle, in this case, I created that title, okay? I created that title because she asks Dear Abby if she should accept, whatever man who likes her and settle for that and wait maybe for some time. Maybe she will fall in love with him or whatever, or not. Or she should keep on seeking the love of her life. Anyway, and here it is, Mr. Right. Mr. Right is the perfect guy. Okay? Oops. Mr. Right is the perfect guy. The perfect guy. All right? And some other vocabulary that you will see when Dear Abby answers her questions, she's going to say what's going to depend upon whatever you do. Depend upon and depend on is exactly the same thing. That's what I want to call your attention to. All right? It's exactly the same thing. So it depends on what you want. It depends upon what you want is exactly the same. So don't worry about upon or on. But as you listen, you're gonna hear people saying, well, it depends upon whatever you decide, or it depends upon the weather, it depends on this, it depends upon that. You're gonna hear both ways. So be prepared. Depend upon, depend on, they are exactly the same. Okay? And also, you're gonna see the sparkle. When sparkle is pretty much like brilho, faísca, all right? Something related to shine and fire, the sparkle. And the woman is going to be looking for this sparkle, all right? Because she's looking for the man of her dreams. Make it to the finish line. That's a good one. Make it to the finish line is to... It comes from a race, corrida. It comes from the phrase is a idiom. Make it to the finish line is an idiom, and it comes from a running race or car race, any kind of race. Make it to the finish line is to make it to the end of the race. You finished the race. Finish line, you have that finish line when you're running, like a marathon, for example. You have that finish line, right? That band, that big band, and then you cross that line. That is the finish line. Make it to the finish line is to complete. All right? So you can use this phrase for many different circumstances. All right? For example, well, I started a project and I am having a hard time to make it to the finish line. Right? So make it to the finish line is to come to a completion. Come to a completion. Okay? Is to complete the job. But in the case of Dear Abby's letter here, Abby is going to say that maybe she won't make it to the finish line in the marriage. Okay? Well, cellmate, I just want to... A cellmate is... Do you know what a roommate is? A roommate is a person who shares the same house or the same bedroom as you. A cellmate is a person who shares the same cell in prison. Okay? Okay, so here. Shares the same cell in prison. In prison. Okay? That's it. That's a cellmate. So now, are you ready? Are you ready to take a look at the reading here? Good. So now let's take a look at the reading. Here it is. To settle or not to settle. Right? So we're going to start right here. To settle or not to settle. Dear Abby. Are you all ready? Are you with me? Sparkle. I said sparkle. And unless. Thank you, guys. Let me go back here. Let me go back here and explain unless. Unless is... I'm gonna put it right here. A não ser que. So, in this case, you need to practice. You need to practice this sentence, okay? For example, let me give you an example here, okay? You are not going to succeed unless you work hard. Okay? You are not going to succeed unless you work hard. That means if you work hard, you are going to succeed. You are not going to succeed unless you work hard. So unless means a não ser que blah, 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 blah. That is the unless. All right? Thank you, Jani. Jani Quartillo. Thank you. Any questions before we move on to the story? No? Come on. Come on. No questions? Seriously? All right, good. So now let's move on. Okay. Thank you. So let's move on then. And here is the text. Not the text, the story. All right? Here it is. Dear Abby. Dear Abby. Oh, let me put it here. It's a little better. Hold on. There you go. There you go. Okay. So, dear Abby, it seems I will never meet my Mr. Right. Every person I'm attracted to is either in a relationship or doesn't like me. My questions are: A, when is it okay to just settle? And B, do you have to be attracted to your Mr. Right, and or can you take the risk that the supposed sparkle slash love will come in time? Tired of dating, Landover, Maryland. Here's the answer. Dear Tired of Dating, my answer to question A is it depends upon what you mean by settle. If you have to ask yourself if you're settling, then you probably are, and I don't recommend it. As to question B, love and sparkle are not the same thing. Unless you marry someone you truly like, your marriage probably won't make it to the finish line. Marriage to the wrong person is like having a cellmate, not a partner. Good. Now, let's move on to a second reading here. Let's move on to a second reading. And let me explain a few sentences here that I didn't explain in the beginning. Okay? It seems I will never meet my Mr. Right. Every person I'm attracted to, guys, when you are attracted to somebody, a person who is attracted to something normally is physically attracted. You like that person by her looks, by her or his physical appearance. So an attractive person, let me write down here. Okay? An attractive person okay? Attracted to. It means that you are, you like that person by his or her physical appearance. All right? Good. Going back here to either or. Okay? Is when we want to present two options. You can either go this way or that way. All right? Either this or that. If you want to say something negative, it's neither this nor that. That's interesting. I think it's nice for you to check this out too. Let me show you here. Here it is. Either or, and neither nor. Guys, this is not grammar or anything. Okay? For example, I don't mind. I drink either lemonade or orange juice. I like both. I can drink either one. Now, I don't like lemon juice and I don't like orange juice. I don't like lemonade and I don't like orange juice either. I say I like neither one nor the other. So I like neither lemonade nor orange juice. Is it clear? Is that clear now? Okay, good. So going back here. And I think that's it. So one more time now, and now I'm gonna read this with my face on it. Right? So here it is. Dear Abby, it seems I will never meet my Mr. Right. Oh man, excuse me. Going again. Oh, Jesus. I was trying to make, a very feminine voice. Anyway, here we go. Dear Abby, it seems I will never meet my Mr. Right. Every person I'm attracted to is either in a relationship or doesn't like me. My questions are A, when is it okay to just settle? And B, do you have to be attracted to your Mr. Right, and or can you take the risk that the supposed sparkle/love will come in time? Tired of dating, Landover, Maryland. And here comes the answer. Dear tired of dating, my answer to question A is it depends upon what you mean by settle. If you have to ask yourself if you're settling, then you probably are, and I don't recommend it. As to question B, love and sparkle are not the same thing. Unless you marry someone you truly like, your marriage probably won't make it to the finish line. Marriage to the wrong person is like having a cellmate, not a partner. Okay, great. So this was Dear Abby's letter. As this letter is very short, it's very interesting, right? Because it's nice to see how people approach this kind of topic, right? And there are so many people looking for their soulmates in this world you can't imagine, right? And before I created this lesson, I visited some dating websites, and I took some texts from their profiles to build this story that you're going to see right now. Okay? And here it is. Oh, by the way, you have the vocabulary here. As you can see, you have the vocabulary. So you don't have to write anything down. But let's take a look at this story here. Are you ready? Good. Here it is. It's the story about Jane. All right? And let me show you without my face here, so you can concentrate. Here it is. Okay. Jane is 38. Jane is 38. She's been single for 4 years. Now, she's looking for a boyfriend. She's decided to enroll on those dating apps and started talking to guys. Here's how she describes herself. I'm a good-looking girl who loves outdoor activities, sports, working out, and going out with friends to eat and drink. I consider myself good-hearted, loving, and caring. Love movies, series, and a glass of wine in good company. I'm not a smoker, and hope you aren't either. Here's what she's seeking, guys. This is what she's been looking for. Looking for a good-hearted man. A real gentleman who knows how to treat a lady. A smart and polite man who enjoys deep conversations, but is also witty enough to make smart jokes and make me laugh. Good sense of humor is a must. Non-smoker, financially independent and successful. A guy who is marriage-oriented, wants to have children, and should be very sensitive to my needs. What do you think about that? Great, isn't it? I actually took this profile by reading lots of profiles on dating websites. Okay? And it is very, very funny. Very, very funny. So now let's take a look at some vocabulary here, and maybe I can help you out. All right? Jane is 38 years old. She's been single for 4 years. Now she's looking for a boyfriend. She's decided to enroll. Is the same as register. Okay? Enroll. Let me put down here for you. Enroll. Lucy's saying he doesn't exist. It's the same as register. Normally, on a website, in a class, enroll. For example, matricular is enroll. Okay? Anyway. Enroll on those dating apps and started talking to guys. Priscilla says this is a dream, right? Here's how she describes herself. I'm a good-looking girl who loves outdoor activities, right? Like walking, hiking, running, outdoor sports, camping. So here it is. Outdoor activities, sports, working out. Working out is going to the gym. Okay, it's the same thing. Working out, guys, is the same as doing what we do at the gym. Okay, right? Oh, let me show you the text here again. Hold on. There it is. All right. Going out with friends to eat and drink. I consider myself good-hearted. A good-hearted person is a person that has a good heart. Okay? So a good-hearted person. A person with a good heart. Loving, amorosa, and caring, carinhosa. And normally, the right way to say here is, I love movies, but it's very, very common in popular and colloquial English. The person just says, love movies, okay? So she loves movies, series, and a glass of wine in good company. That's easy, right? I am not a smoker, and I hope you aren't either. So she's telling you, I don't smoke, and I don't want you to smoke either. And here's what she's seeking. Seeking is looking for, searching for, right? Looking for a good-hearted man. A man with a good heart. A real gentleman who knows how to treat a lady. So far, okay, right? A smart and polite man. Polite is different from educated. All right? Let me show you this. Polite versus educated. Polite versus educated. Polite person is a person who has good manners. For example, polite person doesn't speak, let me go back here. Doesn't speak very loud. Microphone here. Okay. Doesn't speak very loudly. Is a person who opens the car door for a lady. That's a polite person. A person who never offends anybody. That's polite. Educated is a person who has studied and has received formal education. That's an educated person. A person who has been graduated from university. A person who has a degree. A person who has a doctorate degree. That's an educated person. That person has been to the university years and years and years. All right? That's educated. So just remember, she wants just polite. Jane is not interested in a very educated man. Okay? There it is. She's looking for a smart and polite man who enjoys deep conversations. Deep means profound conversations, but is also witty. Guys, witty. Let me write down here for you. Witty is espirituoso. So normally witty is a person who has intelligent sense of humor. That's witty. Okay? A witty person, a witty question is a person who goes, who floats between sarcasm and humor in a good way. All right? Is a person who can be funny in a very intelligent way. You see, that's what she wants. She wants a man who is witty enough to make smart jokes and make me laugh. Good sense of humor is a must. The man has to have good sense of humor. Non-smoker, financially independent and successful, a guy who's marriage oriented. A person who is marriage oriented is a person who sometime in the future is interested in getting married. That's marriage oriented. All right? It's a very common phrase, marriage-oriented, goal-oriented, family-oriented, is a person who's always focused on these things, a person who's focused on the marriage, a person who's focused on the goals, a person who's focused on the family, goal-oriented, marriage-oriented, family-oriented, okay? Study-oriented, whatever. So, who's marriage-oriented, wants to have children, and should be very sensitive to my needs. Sensitive is sensível, not sensitivo. This is important, okay? Sensitive is sensível, sensível to her needs, to her necessities. Priscilla is laughing here, who enjoys deep conversations, laughing out loud. Oh, no, I need to... let me show you the comments here. I need to show you the comments here. There it is. Look at that. And Leite says she's looking for a perfect man. Exactly. Exactly. Okay, good. So now, let's take a look at the questions. Okay? Well, Gilmar is saying here, I'm out. I'm not that guy, right? Right, Gilmar? Oh, man, that's nice. That's funny. Okay, good. So we're going to divide the magic story practice now into two different parts. The first part, you know the answer. The second part, you don't know the answer, but I do. All right? So you're going to guess the answer, and then I'll give you the right answer, and then we'll complete the story. And then we're going to complete the story. Right? And, oh, I'm laughing out loud here. Oh, man, you guys are so funny. Emerson says, very sensitive to my needs means have a crystal ball. I knew this topic was going to be funny. I knew that. Ivani says, I'm looking for the same man too. Yeah, all right. Priscilla says, it's going to be just a little difficult to find her Mr. Right. Right? Okay, good. Good. So now, let's work on this. And if you're here for the first time, so I need to tell you that you must answer the questions. Eu vou fazer a pergunta rapidamente e você responde do jeito que você lembrar. All right? That's what you need to do. Good. So, let's see. And at this time, I'm going to use this screen here. All right? Here it is. Are you ready? Is everybody ready? Good. You answer, okay? Open your mouth and answer. How old is Jane? Okay, she's 38. All right. How long has she been single? 4 years. Okay, she's been single for 4 years. And what is she looking for? A boyfriend. Okay, she's looking for a boyfriend. Where is she looking for a boyfriend? Where? On dating apps or dating sites. Very good. Now, what kind of woman is Jane? Do you remember what kind of woman Jane is? Do you remember? What kind of woman is she? Well, good-hearted. All right, good-hearted. What else? Nice. Okay, you can go back here, guys. You can go back here and and C, but pretty much loving and caring, right? She's loving, caring, and good-hearted. Good. Now, what does she like doing? What does she like doing? Outdoor activities, sports, movies, series. Okay, good. And what kind of man is she looking for? What kind of man is she looking for? Good-hearted, polite, non-smoker. What else? Sensitive to her needs, financially successful, financially independent, witty, has good sense of humor. Lots of adjectives, right? Good. Good. Okay, this is the part that you already know. To help you out, we're gonna do this. So let's think about Jane, right? Jane. Good-hearted. Good-hearted. What else? What else? Good-looking. Ah, she considers herself good-looking. Okay? She considers herself good-looking. Good-looking means beautiful, attractive. Okay? So good-hearted, good-looking. What does she like doing? Outdoor activities, sports, wine, going out with friends. Okay, now, Mr. Right, her Mr. Right, good-hearted too. Good-hearted, intelligent, funny, witty, financially independent, sensitive, polite. If you remember more, just let me know. Right? Good. So now let's talk about Jane again. How old is Jane? Good. How long has she been single? Good. What is she looking for? The man of her dreams, right? The man of her dreams. Okay. And where is she looking for a boyfriend? Where is she looking for the man of her dreams? Dating apps, dating sites. All right. What kind of woman is she? Good looking, good hearted, loving, caring. Aha. Loving, caring. She wants that in a man too. And what kind of man is she looking for? Let me help you. There it is. That's it. Here it is. Da-da-da. Oops, no. Da-da-da, 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 da-da-da. Okay? Good. So now you can tell the story. Here. You can tell the story by looking at the answers. Here. Okay? Here it is. Well, Jane is a very nice woman who's 38 years old. She's been single for about 4 years now. And right now, she's looking for a boyfriend. And she's looking for a boyfriend in one of those dating apps and dating sites. She considers herself a good-looking woman. She's good-hearted, very loving, and very caring. Okay? And she loves movies, series. She likes going out with her friends. She likes a good glass of wine in good company. She also loves outdoor activities, sports. She hates smokers, right? And she's looking for a man who's loving, caring, good-hearted too, who is polite, has good sense of humor, is financially independent, very sensitive to her needs, loving and caring, financially successful, independent. That's pretty much it. Only that. Okay? So you can use the questions just to make yourself talk. Now, this is very important. And I'm gonna excuse myself here by telling you this in Portuguese. Esse tipo de exercício onde você vê a pergunta e monta a história na sua cabeça, você está treinando montar as frases. Frases que você já ouviu antes, frases usando as quais você usou para responder as minhas perguntas. Então essa frase já está arraigada. Essas frases já estão arraigadas na sua cabeça. Essa atividade de você olhar para a pergunta e contar uma história, ela é muito poderosa. Não deixe de fazer esta atividade. All right? Good. So now let's go back. Let's go back to the story. Now you are going to guess the question. Okay? You're going to guess the question. Are you ready? Good. Are you all with me here? Yes? Let me see. Everybody with me? Guys, let me know if you are with me. I think you are, right? I think you are with me. Let me know. Come on. Type in the chat box if you can hear me. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. All right. All right. We're all live. Thank you. Because sometimes it's so quiet, it gets so quiet that I don't know if you're getting my broadcast. Okay, good. Good, perfect. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Thank you. All right. So here are the questions that you need to guess the answer. All right? You need to guess the answer. So, are you ready? Good. Eu vou fazer a pergunta, você simplesmente fala o que vier na sua cabeça, o que você achar que é. Em seguida, eu vou fazer a pergunta novamente. Você pode responder do jeito que é, mas em seguida eu vou dar a resposta. And you can use this in audio too. That's very interesting. All right? Good. Here we go. What does Jane do? Where does she live? Does Jane live by herself? Yes or no? Has she met any guy yet? Has she met any man? Has she met anyone yet? Yes or no? Who has she met? Where did they meet? What is the guy like? Describe the guy. What do you think that the man is like? How long did they talk for? They talked, right? How long did they talk for? What did they talk about? What did they talk about? Did they like each other? Did they have the sparkle? Are they gonna see each other again? Yes or no? Good. Now, I'm gonna ask you the question again. And I have to cheat. I have a cheat sheet here. Because I know Oh, guys, and by the way, this is a true story. All right? This is a true story. Come on, it's not my story, okay? I'm not in this, but it is a true story. And I don't know these people, but I read on a website. So here it is. What does Jane do, my friend? She's a nurse. Where does she live? Who has she met? She's met a guy named Charlie. She's met a guy named Charlie. Where did they meet? They met at a mall, downtown Chicago. What is the guy like? That I need to see. Okay? Charlie is tall, dark-haired, well-built, easygoing, and polite. How long did they talk for? They talked for about 2 hours. What did they talk about? Well, they talked pretty much about everything. They talked about life, jobs, family, plans for the future, relationships, and astrology. Did they like each other? Yes or no? Yes. They liked each other very, very much. Last question. Are they going to see each other again? Yes or no, my friend? Well, that last question, you are going to tell me. You need to tell me if they are going to see each other again or not. By reading your answers, I'm going to make another magic story about the continuation of this meeting. All right? Okay, good. So now you know the entire story. Agora você conhece a história toda. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Here it is. Can you see? Jane is a nurse. She lives in Chicago by herself, right? And as she was looking for a boyfriend, and she has met a guy, right? She's met Charlie. They went to a mall. They met at a mall downtown Chicago. Charlie is a tall, very attractive man, very polite and easygoing. And they talked for about 2 hours at the mall. They talked about everything. They talked about family, friends, relationships, plans for the future, and astrology. They loved each other. But we don't know if they're going to see each other again. So now you have the entire story. Okay? Now, at this moment, you have a long story. The first part, you know the answer. The second part, now you know the answer by listening to me. So now you can tell the entire story. How can you do that? Like this. You look at the questions. Right? You look at the questions and you start telling the story. Well, é assim que você vai fazer. Você vai olhar na frente do espelho ou pegar um gravador e vai falar sobre essa história. Então você vai chegar e falar assim: okay, my dear friend, I am going to talk about Jane. Jane is 38 years old. She's been single for about 4 years, and she's looking for a boyfriend. And she decided to enroll herself in one of those dating apps. So she's looking for a boyfriend in one of those dating apps. She considers herself a good-looking woman with good-hearted, right? And she loves outdoor activities, movies, series. And she's looking for a man who is very good-hearted too, and probably very good-looking, and who's very intelligent, very sensitive to her needs, very financially independent, financially successful. They talked about family, friends, relationships, plans for the future, and astrology. They really liked each other, but it's up to you. Are they going to see each other again or not? Very good, guys. Very good. Did you understand what you have to do? Did you catch what we need to do? Did you understand? Did you get it? So this is very powerful. This material is very, very powerful. Go back, listen to my audio, and practice. And let me know if we have a second part of Jane and Charlie in Chicago for next week. All right? That's wonderful. Guys, any questions? Any questions on the vocabulary or any procedures? Let me know. Priscilla is voting for second part. Anybody? No more questions? All right, guys. So that's funny, isn't it? What do you think? Do you think that Jane is going to be very successful finding her Mr. Right? Her new boyfriend? She's not very demanding, is she? Yeah, she just wants a man who is very sensitive to her needs. And as Emerson said, he will know everything she needs. She won't need to say anything. It's going to be the perfect man, right? Guys, that is it for today. Thank you so much. And I hope to see you next class. It was very, very nice. Oh, Leite says we're waiting for the second part. Guys, if you have any questions, if you are listening or watching this as a recorded version, please write down your questions or any comments you might have inside the portal. All right? I don't know, but you need to vote. You need to go there in the portal and say, Leo, we want the second part. All right? And then I'll give you the second part. Guys, thank you so much. I'm very happy the broadcast was smooth. São Paulo, congratulations, São Paulo. You have very good internet. All right? Guys, thank you so much. And I'll see you soon. Bye now.